Hi. So I've just opened up the Instagram puzzle in Photoshop. As you can see, it's quite a big size file, because it's producing 27 Instagram posts. So to see the full layout, it's on quite a small percentage of view. So if I just up that a little bit so we can see more detail, then you can work on each one individually. So you can change that magnification depending on how you want to view it. So if I just quickly go back to, I think it's about 15%, so we can see everything. Firstly, when you start, you want to see the slices that have been made, because at the moment it's just one big layout and you don't know where your text needs to sit on your posts so that you can lay out everything accordingly. So if you go to View, then Show, and then go to Slices, that shows where the slices are going to be. So all of these blue labels show you the image that's going to be created. So that's image 27, and this one here is image 21. If I just go up again in magnification, we'll be able to see that maybe a bit more. Not really very clearly, but it's showing what the image number is in there. So if I go back down again, so that's one way of viewing the images, is by looking at the slices. What I prefer is not to see the slices, but to show the canvas guides. And that also shows you the images, but it's not got the big glaring blue bits on it. So again, you can see where your posts are going to be created. You can see what size they are. This will not, when you export the image, it will not come out with the black lines on it. It's just showing you as guides. So if I increase the magnification, we can clearly see what we want to work on there. So that's how I would work it first. Make sure the canvas guides are switched on and you're good to go. Another thing that we have in this particular template is colour swatches. Now, these are just examples of colour swatches in there. So we've got the lighter colour, if I open up the layer, and pick any one really. There's a light option, which is this one here, the darker option, which is this one here, and then there's a highlighter, which is here. So what I like to do is, if I hide the colours that I'm not interested in, so I will create a swatch of colours that I want to use, and then obviously I then want to change all of the elements within here to be those colours. So I show the swatches, I then go down to the design, to the elements that I'm interested in. So scroll down the layers, and we want to be changing these blobs here. Let me just change to select these background elements to particular colours. So I don't think it matters which colour you choose, and you could do it both the same colour if you wanted. But if you click on the FX there and then go to colour overlay, that's the only styling option in this particular layer, grouped layer. You'll see the colour that it currently is. So if you then click on that, if you then, you've got the colour picker, it then automatically gives you dropper. So if you click on your colour swatch, it changes it to pink, and there you have it. That group of blobs have changed to pink. So now we do the other one. Click on the colour again, and this time I'm going for the darker pink. And that's them all changed to pink there. So if I now scroll back out, I'm sure there's an easier way of going backwards and forwards. Instead of it being purple, it's now pink. Now, what I can also do in here is, if I just, we have two lots of design elements. We've got the glitter, the pink glitter, and we also have purple. Just standard design elements, of which at the moment it's coloured by this purple colour. So if I didn't want the glitter elements and I wanted a different colour, I can do exactly the same, double click on the FX. I've got the purple colour already there. Because I haven't picked anything else, I'm just going to randomly go and pick another colour. And as you can see, all those elements are now pink. If I put the pink glitter elements back on, then they kind of are overshadowing, each one's overshadowing the other. So the glitter layer is on top of the colour layer. So we have a bit of a mishmash. So you are obviously free to move any of them around. So you may want to have more. So you can have a mixture of both. But if you just want to keep it fairly simple or straightforward, then it's better to have just one of the types of design elements in place rather than trying to use both. And as you can see, whilst we're there, I've quite easily been able to move any of the text. So again, you can move in your template anything around to make it work for you and the post that you want to create. There's nothing unusual there. There's nothing stopping you doing that. The only thing that I would say is that the top posts and the bottom posts are kind of matching, so that there is a continuity. So you can continually use this puzzle without it looking odd at each new point. So there's continuity throughout all of the posts. So I would be inclined not to move the main elements. And in fact, what I've tried to do is not have anything over the edges. So as long as you keep those edges clear, anything within it you can change and everything will be fine within the puzzle itself. So that's changing the colours and the colour swatches. Obviously, I would, once you're happy with the colours, switch those swatches off. You don't need to use it again. We've got the different elements within there, so you can toggle on and off whether you need them or not. If you want another one, you can duplicate it quite easily. So duplicate the layer, copy, and then move it to wherever you want. Same as you would in any other Photoshop system. So nothing unusual there. What we've also got is two types of text in here. Just for simplicity, you can use whatever you like and you can format it however you like. But I've got two types of text, so it's easy to update. So we've got the header text and body text. If you wanted to update all of the text all at once, open up the group, highlight everything, and then go up to your properties and change the font to be whatever font you want to use. And again, do the same on the body text if you want to do that. So that's changing the text. You can say move it to wherever you want. You can move the images to wherever you want. Just do what's appropriate. This is meant to be something that you can, that simplifies your Instagram posts. But purely it's about making things consistent so that it doesn't matter so much what your photos look like, but you've got a consistent look and feel. So if I close the header text group there, if we're looking at the images, so let's look at this cat here. If we open up, there's two areas of images. One is just the direct images. So these simple options here that are just look like a photograph. And then you've got screens. So we've got a phone and we've got an iPad and an iMac. Within that, that is in the screens layer. And what you have there is the image itself. So let's go to this iMac here. Not that one. This one here. So you've got the iMac itself as an individual element. And then you've got the image as an individual element. So if you want to remove that whole thing, you need to hide both options and you can replace it with something else that you want to put in there. So that's the screens. And obviously that image element needs to fit behind the screen. So if I just Go back there. Do that. You're wanting something to sit within the screen so that it looks as if it's part of the image. For the iPad, it actually sits on top of the iPad rather than beneath it. And then, where's the phone? The phone is another one that is underneath. Not that you can see that very well. So they're the screens. Overall, for images, you need to, if you want to change the image, they're smart layers. So if you want to add a new image, find the image that you want to update, go to the layers and click on the section here at the bottom, or in the layers section where you've got the icon or, the imagery. If you double click on that, it will open up your file. And what that then does is you put the picture that you want, insert the picture that you want, and it sits there. So if I move that over now, you'll see that the image itself has moved over. So you need to position or within this area so that it's how you would like it to appear. So we've got that there. Save that file, close it down, and we've got the image that we want there. So that's how you would edit the images. And then finally, so once you're happy with the layout that you've got, you then just have to obviously export the file. So to do that, there are just a number of steps to take. So obviously, first of all, save your file so that you're working with you've got a copy of what you want to do. Then you need to make sure that the slice tool is as defined. So the slice tool you'll find under the crop tool. So there's a menu option there. So go to the slice tool. It's showing you where your slices are. That's fine. By doing the slice tool, you've then got the option here to do slice from guides. So make sure that's clicked. I believe you only need to do this once, and you don't need to keep pressing it every time you export. I certainly haven't in the past, and I don't believe anything should change. But just in case, that's what you need to do. So you're slicing from guides, then go to File, Export, Save for Web Legacy, and it will open up this dialog. There are some presets here that you can choose, but the high for me is 60. Obviously, the higher you have it, then the better quality it is. So I'm going to up that to 100. And then that's it. So this is just showing you the first grid that will be post that will be displayed, and you'll see the second one there. So simply press the save button and then pick the folder that you want to put them in. So this is on the desktop. I know where that's going to be. So let's hit save. And now if I open up that folder, there's a new folder created from the destination that you've just picked, and it has all 27 posts in there. So if I look at post 1, it's the very first one up here. Get rid of the slice tool. And if I look at the last one, so post 27, that is actually the one down here. When you're posting on Instagram, you're building up your grid from the bottom up. So time-wise, this is how you're building it. So you want to post this one, post 27, then 26, then 25, and so on, and then 24, 23, 22. So you're building it up line by line, right to left. And that's the way you want to think about it. So even though Photoshop numbers them 1 to 27, you're posting them in the reverse order in sequence. And another point is, in order to keep the puzzle all aligned, make sure your Instagram grid is starting a new row. So if you go to the very bottom of all of your posts, you'll see whether it's partway through a row or whether it's got a complete row. Once it's got the 3 posts complete at the bottom, you're good to go with the puzzle, and it will then keep everything in sync. It kind of magically does it as you're progressing, but once it completes a row, if you didn't have that, if it didn't start in the right position, it's always gonna keep it out of sync. So always start when you've got a complete row in the first place. So you're starting a new row on your Instagram grid. And I believe that's pretty much it. Hopefully this helps. There's instructions with the project as well. So you should be able to get on and use it and start creating consistent posts in Instagram.